I'm going to show you some searchlights, and I'm going to turn one on. And these searchlights are they're on this thing called they're on a mount. It's a set of 4, and it's called the whole thing is called a Skydancer model 6864. And these searchlights have high pressure xenon bulbs that are 4,000 watts a piece. The one light bulb is 4,000 watts and uses up to 100 amps. 100 amp light bulb. That's bright. Wow. So I'll show them to you. And show you what they look like. The range on these things. This is a car lot. Let me start over. This is a car lot, and sometimes they use these searchlights to attract people. There they are. Each one of those has a bulb inside of it that's 4,000 watts. 4,000 watt light bulb. The bulb is a high pressure xenon light bulb that has a tungsten arc electrodes inside the bulb. Tungsten arc electrodes inside those high pressure xenon bulbs, or high pressure xenon light bulb. And that's the name of the car lot. It's the owner operator. So and each one of these 4,000 watt high pressure tungsten electrode xenon light bulbs uses 150 amps. So let's take a look down in one, see what it looks like. Can't see much, it's kind of dark, but there's a reflector. That's a bulb. The bulb sits right down in the bottom of it. That light bulb cost over $1,000. Yeah, they're expensive. But those light bulbs last a long time before they finally have to be either replaced or maintenance or fixed. That's a 20-inch in diameter nickel metal reflector. It's basically, let me start over. It's 20. That reflector is made out of nickel metal, and it's 20 inches in diameter, and it's 13 inches deep from the top to the bottom at a slanted angle. I think that reflector runs about maybe $900. I don't know. And they're pretty expensive. But it's just like, it's a mirror. It's been plated to a mirror. The way they make these reflectors is they electroplate nickel many times on a something. They electroplate nickel many times on a piece of stainless steel. And then somehow the people that do this get that nickel coating off of stainless steel, and there they have the reflector. The reflector in this is basically like it's just a spotlight reflector. It's just like the reflectors inside of a Stanley spotlight that you would buy out of Walmart. Only the Stanley spotlight reflector is 3 inches in diameter and about 3 inches deep, as to where this reflector is 20 inches in diameter, as the searchlight reflector is 20 inches in diameter and 13 inches deep. But both kinds of reflectors do the same thing, and that's that they reflect the light out of them in a straight, narrow beam that doesn't cross and it doesn't spread out. It just stays straight, which makes the light travel farther. Excuse me. I have trouble with allergies. Let's see if we can get a better view on this reflector. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, you can see that one a little bit better. So there's a high pressure xenon light bulb in the bottom there. It's not turned on. It's just a reflector of the letters on the car lot building. So these things are motor driven, and they have a motor and gear system inside it, motor and gear setup inside of them that turns and moves them, and I would think they definitely have to have a slip ring in there too, because they do turn all the way around in a complete circle, so they'd have to have a slip ring in there to transfer electricity through the turning parts, through the shaft that turns. That's me, my reflection. Wow. Spider web. And there's the kind of camera I'm using. Sony Full HD, full high definition camera. Great camera for making videos and putting them on YouTube. So, you know, I'm going to show you the electrical AC cord. There it is. That cord carries 480 volts of AC current, awkward current, or alternating current, and it is a 100 amp. Watertight receptacle. Good. So it's a big one. So here's my hand. That's one big plug. So that's a 480 volt, 100 amp cord. Now, I'm going to turn on lamp number 1, which is the number 1 light bulb, and that's that one right there. And it's pointed toward the south, straight south. And the way you do this is, it has these 2 bolts right here that hold this on. They come off. Quad beam searchlight. Quad. Skydancer quad. That means 4 searchlights. Quad means 4. There's a 4,000 watts. Now I'm assuming it's 4,000 watt light bulbs. Let's see what it's got. I mean, sorry if I'm wrong about it being 4,000 watt light bulbs, but I know the light bulbs do go up to 150 amps, because that's right here. Now that tells how many amps the light bulbs go up to. If you can see it. See, it says amperes, DC amps, and it goes up to, as you can see, 150 right here on the end. If I could ever get some light in there, you can see it's dark out here, but excuse me. Sorry, I got to get that phlegm out of my mouth, or I can't breathe. So this control panel, and tells you where each switch for the bulb is. Each switch for each bulb. So Skydancer model 6864. So right there, this turns on lamp number 1. And there's the following light bulbs. That's a breaker switch for each light bulb. These are for the light bulbs only. This is also for the light bulb. It's got fans. That's when this lights up green, that means there's electricity going to the light bulb. It tells how many hours the light bulb's been on. This tells you what light bulb, like if you want to turn a particular light bulb on, you can do it by switching this switch. You know, goes to 4 because there's only 4 light bulbs. Push to read volts. Enable motor. Motion control on. Enable. Oh, stop off. But I don't mess with these. So it's a cool setup, man. The range on these is very, very far up, because the reflector inside of these reflects the light in a straight beam. It's a precision light reflector, just like in a spotlight, only it's a lot bigger. It reflects the light in one straight beam, so the light doesn't spread out and it doesn't cross. It doesn't have a focal point from the way I see it. It just travels in a straight beam. So let's turn one on. I'm going to turn on the first light bulb, the lamp. I'm going to turn on light bulb number 1, which is already set on that. And you start by turning the main power switch on. Now, turn one other switch on, it goes to the light bulb. Click. Now there's electricity ready to go to light bulb number 1. Now this switches the light bulb on. There we go. Light bulb number 1's on. Check it out. I don't know, that could destruct the lens in this camera. And it is bright. Let's get back here and look at it a little. Looks like a blue streak, and there it is. Just a big, basically a big spotlight's all this is. That light is traveling a lot farther than it looks. It's going from miles, probably 20 miles away is how far that light's going. It's going a long ways. Shake it. And let's switch it off. But you couldn't leave it on too long on account airplanes flying around through the sky can, if that light will hit an airplane and blind out the pilot. If it, because these lights can play on, they can play kind of a guessing. These lights, when they're shining through the sky, because of the distance these lights travel, because of the range, the distance of these lights, they can kind of get an airplane pilot wondering what's going on, because they shine very far. And you're supposed to call the airport and tell them when you turn these lights on, so the airport can notify the airplane pilots and tell them there is a searchlight being shown. Now look, the tungsten arc is, the tungsten electrodes is still lit up. That's how hot they get. Still lit up. I mean, you're talking about 150 amps on these metal electrodes, and that's why they stay lit up until they cool down. So there's no electricity on it right now. It just got hot. Let's see. You can see these lights can when these lights shine, when these lights shine, they could shine probably over, I mean, the distance the light travels from these from the distance the light travels from these searchlights could probably be seen over at least 7 mountain ranges. I mean, it's just one of them. That's how bright they are. But it's not that they're bright, so bright. It's just what it is. It's just that the way the reflector inside of these reflects the light out, it keeps the light traveling in a straight beam, so it doesn't spread out and it doesn't cross, so it doesn't lose the light being reflected out. That reflector doesn't lose any it doesn't, how do I say this, the light doesn't lose any it doesn't lose any part of it. It just stays straight, and that's why it travels so far. And with that, I'll end this section. I'll end this session of the Skydancer searchlights, and I will find more lights that shine far and are very bright and pretty to tape.